everyone. Welcome to Move Well, Live Well. We get a number of people that come in here with issues regarding their squat and their ability to squat. They have issues with their hips, their knees, their back, their ankles, pretty much from their low back down. And we often prescribe a Pry Squat to start with as a prescription to help them improve mobility, flexibility in their hip, their knee, their ankle, and even their low back to ease up some of their low back pain. So this is why Dr. K and I are here. We're in this squat position. So the video here is what we're talking about is, can you Asian squat? It's called the Asian squat simply because in other countries in Asia, a lot of folks, this is their default chair. They hang out in this position for long periods of time. Like if we had a glass of wine here and we're just hanging out, we can just enjoy our company in this position.
Why didn't we do that? Where's the glass of wine?
I don't know. We should have brought that. But anyway, we just finished out a workout here. I finished a leg workout. Dr. K finished like a total body workout. And a number of our patients actually challenge us to do what we prescribe them. So here we are. They've been prescribed a number of times on trying to work up to 2 minutes to be able to do a flat foot on the ground squat or Asian squat. So a lot of things that we see sometimes when they're trying to do this is they have a tendency to either fall forward or they fall backward or they hang out. Unfortunately, sometimes they're so tight in the ankles, they'll come up on their toes. They come up on their toes like this, and they can't put their heels all the way down on the ground like that. See? And you can kind of see here, we're going to be hanging out in this squat. I'm going to borrow this from, there was a video a while back. I'll put a link in the description. There's a video a while back with Dr. Kelly Starrett from Mobility WOD. He's a doctor of physical therapy, and he put out a video called the 10-Minute Squat Challenge, which I'm assuming, I've watched the video. It's been a while since I've watched the video, but I'm assuming he adopted that because, yeah, in other countries, people hang out. This is their chair. You know, they play cards, they eat meals, and they're just sometimes in other countries no formal chairs to sit in. So they go to this. And so right now this is almost 3 minutes in.
I'm feeling it.
You're feeling it.
I'm
starting to feel a little bit too.
Yeah, my ankles.
But we usually prescribe about 2 minutes, at least working up to 2 minutes, to hanging out in this position. And it's very, very difficult sometimes for folks to do this simply because they're unaccustomed to. Why? We sit way too much in a formal chair. If you have kids, I don't know if you have kids, but kids, if you watch them when they go and they play and they drop something on the floor or something like that, they'll pick up an object and they'll go into a beautiful squat, you know. Feet are flat on the ground, their hips are wide out like Dr. K's is going out here, and they go into a beautiful squat. They pick it up and then they come back up. It's fantastic. And so it's almost like a natural, innate ability for them to hang out in that squat position. And so why do we find it difficult here in our Western culture? How come we find it so difficult to hang out in this position? Now, I'm not doing this just because I'm Asian, but you know, to be honest, she's not Asian,
I'm not Asian.
But you know, to be honest, I've never really had a problem with going down in this position. I don't know if there's look it up for us. I don't know if there's is there an issue with Westerners being able to do this? I don't know. I don't know if there's a study out there that Asians are better able to do this than Westerners. I don't know.
Maybe they practice it more.
Right. So if you can find that study, drop it on the comment section below. That'd be great. Yeah. But in essence, there's a lot of health benefits in being able to do this particular type of squat. Obviously, increased mobility for the ankle, the knee, the hip, as well as the low back. Also, if you look at where my thighs are, this improves digestion. I actually did a video. I'll put a link in the description with that video too on constipation. You know, constipation runs rampant here in our Western culture because of our diet and our lack of movement. You know, we have a tendency to sit way too much, and we don't do stuff like this. You can see this kind of pushes up against my intestines here, my large intestines. Remember, they're on the outside, right there. And it pushes on that. It helps with that. Also helps with the pelvic floor, right? Improves the strength of the pelvic floor. So if you have pelvic floor issues or genitourinary issues, practicing hanging out in this position is going to be beneficial for you to do that. Also, you're talking about core strength. A lot of people is like, oh, I got to work out my core. Well, look at the balance. This is really a balancing act. Being able to be in this position without falling forward or falling backward is one of those things that it really challenges your core and being able to stay stable in this position. Also, strength, tensile strength, meaning, I mean, we've been here now. We're 6 minutes in. Okay, so 6 minutes in, the tensile strength of your Achilles, the tensile strength of your knee and your hip, it's just going to increase the strength of all those joints. And when you can increase all those strength in all those joints, it transfers to increases in strength and bone density, right? The bone density of your hip, knee, and ankle. We see it a lot. You know, you get a little bit older, and what happens? You get a little older, and we're starting to see a lot of folks having to go through hip replacements or knee replacements when your joints should last you a lifetime. You shouldn't have to, if you take good care of them and you keep motion in your joints, they should last you a long, long, long time. You're even after you're gone, you know? So by adding movements like this on a daily basis is just going to help you out with preventing joint problems later on in the future. Because a lot of people think, oh, my joints have worn out, that's why I have to get a new knee or a new hip or whatever it may be, when in essence, it's not that you've worn it out, it's that you haven't used it enough. If you can look it up, you know, you actually, by using your joints less, by doing less of these movements, your joints have no reason to hang out. They have no reason to stay, so they deteriorate because of that lack of movement. Because if you look at the anatomy, again, you look at the anatomy, you have the joint, you have the capsule surrounding the joint. Within that capsule, there's synovial fluid that lubricates the joint and provides nutrients to the cartilage and everything surrounding that within that joint. Now, that synovial fluid comes from where? The blood. So your blood, it's filtrated blood, the synovial fluid, and man, that lubricates the joints. But if you're not moving, that synovial fluid just sits there. It doesn't provide the nutrients it needs to repair the cartilage and to increase the bone density of your joints. And unfortunately, you get to a certain age, and then we hear it all the time, right? You'll get, my grandma or my grandfather, they stepped off they broke their hip and fell. When in essence, what had really happened is they broke their hip and fell. A lot of people think they fell and broke their hip.
Right.
No,
it
but
usually
it's the
breaks
backwards.
first,
It
right?
usually breaks first, so they
And
step
then they
off
fall.
Right. They step off a step, like a curb or something like that. The hip breaks, and then they fall. Their hips have become so brittle that they can't even hold up their own weight anymore. So, a lot of benefits. And you know, the reason why, again, why they call this the Asian squat is because in Asia, there are just not enough toilets to go around. They have basically holes in the ground. And you have these squat toilets. And you sit there over this hole and you go to the bathroom like this. And if you look it up, if you look up the anatomy, if you go potty like this, the rectum, it allows you to pass your bowels easier because it doesn't crimp off your rectum.
Right.
And it opens up. It's a healthier position and less likely to go into
That's why
constipation.
they've created the squat on top of the the toilets now, where you can actually squat up on top of your toilet. They've created that.
Yeah.
So that you can be in that position.
So squatty potty.
Squatty potty. That's right.
So anyway, right now we're about 10 minutes in. And so just to let you know, you patients out there who have challenged us to do what we prescribe you, here we are in the squat position. It's been 10 and a half minutes now, and we're still here. So I challenge you to try to improve your ability to squat by going into this position on a regular basis, up to 2 minutes. Work up to 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
We'll put a link in the description for the Pry Squat, and we'll put a link in the description for Dr. Kelly Starrett's video too, that 10-minute squat challenge. And so the question is, can you Asian squat? And I just went over all those benefits. If you have any questions with this video, drop them off in the comment section below. We thank you for watching. We appreciate it. And if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. And when you hit subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification button, because that'll keep you in the loop as to the videos coming here in the near future. That way you can continue to move well and live well. Also, give us a like. It lets us know you care. And if you know people who are having problems with their hips, their knees, their ankles, or their back,
Yeah.
share this video with them. That way they can improve in their squat too, and then those issues will start to go away. Anyway, we thank you for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.